another live commentary. This is of the 2013 animated movie. It's too loud. That's better. This is the movie Epic, a Blue Sky movie. Originally, Disney was going to make this movie, but they backed out at the last minute. So, 20th Century Fox at the time, before Disney owned them, made this movie, and it came out several months before Frozen came out, and took all the box office from every animated movie that year. Scrat is cute. He wasn't even in the last Ice Age movie. It wasn't even an Ice Age movie. It was like a spin-off with Buck. This has a lot of celebrity voices. It's about 90 minutes. $102 so 1 hour and 42 minutes. But I'm only doing this movie. I'm not doing any double bill this time. This animation is good. I like this animation a lot. I think it's underrated, this movie. It's not as bad as some of the Ice Age sequels, because those got way worse after the third one. They should have never done a fourth one. That's Jason Sudeikis as the professor. It's got a stacked cast of voice actors and celebrity voices. Some of these people are not voice actors. Look at that birdie. It's a hummingbird. There's a lot of pretty colors here, just like in The Croods, except that movie was more successful than this. The Croods came out and got a sequel 7 years later. Epic never got a sequel. It looks like Egon from Ghostbusters. Yep, there's the black ravens. Shark people. This movie has also that similar animation that Strange Magic had a few years after this. That movie that George Lucas produced. There's Josh Hutcherson as the main character. The main lead, male lead. This movie's basically Fern Gully. That's what it reminded me of. Instead of fairies, they're leaf people. I've seen worse animated movies than this. Like, I didn't like Rio. I thought Rio was a terrible film because it's supposed to be funny, and I just didn't find it funny. There's Colin Farrell. So it's a decent action sequence. It's not a musical. That hummingbird is beautiful. I once got this movie for my sister for Christmas, but I got the Blu-ray, so I got rid of the DVD because tired of waiting for it. Yeah, I had a decent St. Patrick's Day. There she is. What's the main character's name? Because Illumination they made their debut in 2010, right? Yeah. So this was a few years after they did, because Despicable Me 2 made a lot of money. Hmm. Here we go. She enters the house. There's a disabled dog that's missing a leg and an eye. Man, they didn't even want to hide the dog's handicapped. Like it's like in the dog in Strange World where it's missing a leg too. No, my dog has all her limbs, and she still can see and smell. She just got spayed a few years ago, and that's all. Because she shrinks instead of the guy shrinking, like in Fern Gully, and they're in the forest, like Fern Gully. There's no, it's not an environmental message, or like in Fern Gully, but Mary Catherine. Yeah, that's her name. I look clean shaven. Look good. There's the dog. Disabled dog. Even in Toy Story 3, the dog wasn't like missing a leg. Tor- Turtles are supposed to live hundreds of years. MK like Mortal Kombat. We know, Jason. We know. Summer solstice, which is coming up in a few months. We got the spring solstice in 2 days. Hold on. Yeah, initials. There we go. Yeah, grief, because usually in a Disney movie or one of these animated movies, they lost one of the parents. Not all the time, but Mario has both of his parents in the Mario movie and his family, so he's not alone. This is a better movie than Wish, I can say it, because it's more imaginative. The animation's way better. It's got a better cast too, mostly. Look at that. That looks lovely. I couldn't see this in the theater because when it came out, I was in college, and also when they re-released it, a bunch of babies showed up. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty looking movie. And Disney will never remake this because you don't need to do this in live action. It's just gonna look like Avatar. Beyonce only has a cameo here. Hey, heterosexual guy. Since Disney is now making a sixth installment of Ice Age, I'll go for our seventh, not six. They did a sixth one. It was terrible. It was that spin-off movie with Buck Wild. That was the sixth movie. Because they did 5 theatrical releases. He's beautiful, man. They made her black because again, everything has to be color coded now. Even back in 2013. I love Beyonce's voice. It's sexy. Yeah, she's not a voice actress, but she does have a nice voice. I could hear that woman just talk about anything. She is a queen. She has to die early because even in Maggie, you know, from Fern Gully, she got way more screen time, and she was an old woman, and her death it made me cry. We know, Beyonce. We know. And I like black girls. That's never been a hidden agenda of mine. It's what I'm into. It's who I'm into. Even light-skinned black girls like her. All the members of Destiny's Child were beautiful. Kelly Rowland is darker than her, and she's gorgeous. And Michelle Williams, even though she kind of disappeared, like we haven't seen much of her lately. She stuck to singing because, you know. See, instead of the you know, Hexus, there's Christoph Waltz, not Christopher Walken. I just saw him in Horrible Bosses 2 again. You know, I saw the extended cut, even though I didn't notice much of a difference. We're at 13 minutes in. Oh, that's Christoph Waltz. Yes, sir, Manny. Yeah, he talks weird. They look like the Na'vi from Avatar, except with like rat skins. James Cameron just made this movie and made it twice as long. Why? Because you can't get a message out in under 2 hours. He has to make things 3 hours. I'm like, I'm not an idiot. This is only an hour and 42 minutes. That's with the credits. See, it's not pollution. It's the balance of nature is thrown off if she dies. Yeah, they look like Na'vi. Okay, back to the leaf people. There he is. We know, Josh, you're an adult. He's in his 30s now. She rebels. It's a pretty looking movie, and for kids, it's perfect for them. It's PG because of the some of the scary images, but that's about it with the villains. There's Queen Tara. Now back to the human story. He's climbing a tree. There goes the camera. Oh, he has a network. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are. Bugs are part of the ecosystem, and they're small. I'm Batman. Because I'm Batman. Yeah, I don't want this movie remade. Leave it as one film. Don't touch it, Disney. Don't you dare remake this and say, we're going to make it live action like they're doing with How to Train Your Dragon. No. I don't need to see this in live action. It was already done. It was called Avatar. Let's save the forest again, or the jungle, or whatever. Again, I've seen it. Oh. Mm-hmm. Trust me, COVID exists, guys. I got it. Yeah, Amanda Seyfried's almost 40. At least it's Jason Sudeikis and not an actor I don't like. Like Jason Segel. I'm just not a fan of him. She has Anna's face from Frozen. If you look at her and a picture of Anna together, it's like a mirror image. They have that sweet, youthful face with the same hair color. Different voice actress, though, because Amanda Seyfried is much younger than Kristen Bell. That's a nice shot of all the trees. Yeah, there's the leaf people again. All I want is some good animation and a decent story. I'm not looking for the meaning of life in a freaking movie, guys. It's animation. It's dynamic. It's supposed to be unrealistic because it's not real people. It's drawings and computer generated images on for but with colors. You know, for men, mostly for children. Mostly. Some of it is not. Cool World, not a kids movie. Because look at that. That flower blooming is just so beautiful, man. It's too bad the black girl has to be the first one to die in this movie. But again, guys, this was 2013. Don't blame me. This movie came out 12 years ago. Yeah, she's beautiful. That's very Fern Gully. That's creative. He's a stick man. There's the snail and a slug. I don't know why Chris O'Donnell's voice. Yeah, their voices are kind of opposite because you have another Irish actor with an Indian, you know, Aziz Ansari. That's completely opposite. He's funny. I like Aziz Ansari. 30 minutes or less, he's funny in that. My sister thought he was black. I'm like, no, he's Indian descent. Indian American. They're like in Quest for Camelot, those two dragons that are polar opposites. Even though I haven't seen that movie yet, because again, I heard it's weak. He's a snail and he's a slug because he doesn't have a shell. He doesn't like gardening? Yeah, I have no idea what he's saying half the time. Again, this is what happens when you put foreigners in an animated movie. It's not a lot of them, but still. That's a nice scene. There's the rotting. I would have done the Smurfs, The Lost Village, but I don't have the DVD or the digital copy, so I would have to just stream it if they have it on Tubi or something. Yep, see, look at all of them. These shark Navi looking things. That is a cool effect. Here comes another action scene. Yeah, it's more action animated than... It's not a musical. There's some singing in it, but it's not a musical, though. Because Amanda Seyfried's not a singer. Or Colin Farrell or Josh Hutcherson. Beyonce is. We all know that. She's one of the greatest female singers I've ever heard in my life. Yep, she is. You're not lying. Her voice is freaking fantastic. Like, I just love listening to her. Even in Dreamgirls, I thought her singing was fantastic. Yeah, her acting is not the greatest, but guys, she's a singer first and an actress second. Her daughters don't need to act though. That they were in Mufasa, I'm like, why? Because Beyonce was in the remake. It's nepotism, nepo babies. They're the ones getting all the work now. And I haven't seen this movie in years. And I only got it on Blu-ray because it was available at Dollar Tree, but before they got rid of all the physical media. That's an awesome slow-mo shot. It's pretty. This movie reminds me of those Tinkerbell movies that came out in the 2000s and the 2010s. that they're very colorful and girly and very beautiful animation, and it's got feminine voices in it, especially Secret of the Wings. When I heard Lucy Hale's voice, I was just mesmerized. Like, I love your voice. It's so sexy. This imagery, yeah, it's dreary, but it works because, you know, they want to show that the villains are a threat. They're not. The forest was gone in a day. At least I can understand him. With Chris O'Dowd, I'm like, I don't know who voiced him when I first saw this. Take that. Even when I heard this girl's voice as Tiana, like, it's a sexy voice, guys. What can I say? I'm just into dark skinned, beautiful, buxom, beautiful women who know how to act and sing. Because she worked with Beyonce, and Nika Nani Rose worked with her in Dreamgirls. You missed. Of course they get her because, you know, she's one of the only people of color in this movie. Her and Aziz Ansari. Everybody else is white. Because, again, it was a different time, people. Don't say everything wasn't diverse back then. It wasn't. That's why everything now is. Oh, why did you kill her off? At least Beyonce gets a song at the end of the movie. So that's a consolation for killing her off in the first 28 minutes of the movie. Mm-hmm. Because Maggie doesn't die until the third act of the movie. She doesn't die in the beginning. Yeah, that's Beyonce's essence in that little pod. She takes it and then she shrinks. Similar to in Ferngully when, you know, Zach gets turned, she puts a spell on him and shrinks him. Here it's a little pod that's filled with Beyonce's essence. So I wish. If she did to me, I would just lose my mind. She's little now. She got stabbed, not a flesh wound. Like in Ferngully or Once Upon a Forest. Because I live near, well, a park, which is like a forest. There's trees everywhere and nature. Well, Beyonce had to go touring. That's why she had to be killed off so quickly. This is like when Aerith dies in Final Fantasy VII, in both the original and in the remake. It's sad because it comes out of nowhere. It's like Sephiroth shows up and stabs her. I was like, what? The main girl, one of the main girls, dies in the first act of the game. That's sad, man. Because Tifa's the other girl that they have in the game. Yeah, one knee. This is engaging for kids and for adults as well. Yeah, the title is not going to be for everybody because they're like, this isn't epic enough. I'm like, it's not Endgame, guys. I wasn't looking for that. I wanted to see a nice, calm animated movie. Hey, look, a bee. And this movie looks like a masterpiece compared to what we're getting in April. We got the Minecraft movie. You know Josh was going to see that. He's going to be like, this looks terrible. I know. It would have sucked even if Karen was in the movie because it looks like a video game movie with real people thrown in front of a green screen. How lazy is that? Even Jumanji, at least they were in real locations in the original and the two sequels. It's not just actors behind a green screen. That's lazy. They, I like Amanda Seyfried's voice. She's not a voice actress, but she's fine. Here, she's fine. Yeah, I agree, Aziz. Slug. He's fun. They're the same. They're they're from the same country, Ireland. Him and Chris O'Dowd. My sister thought he was British. No, he's Irish. Why was he in Thor 2? I have no idea. I've seen slugs. I live in a park. There's snails and slugs outside my house all the time. They're not bugs. They're like annelids, I think. Yeah, like worms. Hmm. They're fun characters in this movie. They're not the memorable characters from Frozen or Frozen 2, but they're fine. I'll do some Disney movies in April, but none of this gay woke remakes that they've been doing lately. Just something different. Hey John, thoughts on the late Rutger Hauer's movies? Yeah, I miss him. I miss him a lot. I saw Wanted Dead or Alive, but it's been years. Blind Fury is awesome. Split Second, I have that. Wedlock, Blast. I haven't seen Blast, but I've heard of the other ones. I've either owned them or seen them, and I'm like, yeah, I miss him a lot, man. When he passed, it was like, ugh, maggot. I hate those things. That's Pitbull. Why is he in the movie? Because again, this movie wanted to attract fans of music. That really is a good image. They're going through what are those things called? Thorns. It's like this. It's like the It's like the Quidditch. It's like the Quidditch game in Harry Potter when they're flying. Yeah, that's what I could compare it to. Yeah, Pitbull's not happy. Yeah, he was both playing villains and heroes or anti-heroes. Because you have Steven Tyler in the movie too. He has a cameo later in the film. He's a caterpillar. I let you hit him. Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone. I haven't watched that yet. I got to see that. Is he a toad? Yeah, because he's like brown. I don't think frogs are brown. They're usually green or blue or something. Yeah, but Beyonce still lives. I'm glad. Please live to be 100 because you're. Whitney Houston died too young. I miss her like crazy. She died a year before this movie came out. We're 37 minutes in. It's desperate. It's funny because he doesn't sound like that in the Penguin or the Batman. The Hitcher, yeah, I saw the Hitcher, the original. I didn't see the remake. I heard the remake was horrible, and the sequel doesn't even have Rucker Hauer in it. A girl. She's not there. Oh, poor puppy. Ozzy is a pug, like the dog in Men in Black. Those are cute. They're like mini pit bulls or bulldogs. American bulldogs, not British bulldogs. She's not there, dude. Because they're like, why aren't you doing Disney? Because I want to wait till the spring. There was even a direct-to-video sequel to Hitcher 2. Yeah, I heard. Cash grab, yeah. The original should have just been the original. No remakes, no sequels. I never ridden on a bird because there's no bird in the world that can carry me. Because most of the birds that live in this area are robins, blue jays, pigeons, sparrows, seagulls, geese. There's no big birds like an albatross. Hurt your bird. Sorry, it's a day after St. Patty's Day. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's like Hexus, where he was, they let him loose and then he pollutes all the air and the water and everything. And I get it. Again, you're the main female and male characters of the movie. Colin Farrell's a side character. Did you know there wasn't even a Roadhouse 2? Yeah, I didn't even bother watching it. I didn't see the remake either. When a movie's a classic, you don't need any follow-ups. Just leave it alone. E.T., Who's Framed Roger Rabbit, The Hitcher, the Roadhouse, the Point Break. You don't need sequels or remakes. They're never going to be as good. This didn't have a sequel, and I'm fine with it because it was one and done, and I'm glad with it. Because if this got a crappy sequel, they would have recast everybody, and the animation would have taken a nosedive. And I know when you go from this beautiful animation to direct-to-video or direct-to-streaming garbage, like those Norm of the North sequels on Netflix. Ooh, that animation looks like garbage, man. A little mouse. You're cute, Amanda. Oh, it's a big mouse. Mm-hmm. She could jump high like Mario. But mice are not. They're not deadly. Rats are deadly. But it's a mouse because the ears are small. I know what a rat looks like. So many direct-to-video sequels to direct-to-theater. Yeah, like Hard Target got a sequel without Van Damme, and it's bad. Van Damme's movies got sequel, but did not return like the Kickboxer sequels and Hard Target and yeah. They do mice and rats, and Let's move. Rat. Or rats. Or bats. Because it's the forest. You're not going to see bears in the forest. Well, they live in the woods. You're not going to see lions or tigers here because those are in the jungle. Mm. Yeah. I saw her first. Like when I saw Catherine Newton at Comic-Con, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I saw her. He's fun. Yeah. Hmm. He's a fun actor. I wish I could see more of him. He does more stand-up than movies now, but I think he's a good actor. If he was in Venom, that would have been much better than that whatever idiot guy that we got in Venom. That I'm like, he can't act. Riz Ahmed, he's not a good actor. I saw him in Rogue One. He was horrible. Yeah, in that, and that's he uses British accent in that. Aziz at least doesn't do accents. He's like Mindy Kaling, except not as controversial. Why I invited you here? Yeah, Bloodsport 2 and 3 are decent, but 4 is, yeah, 4 was horrible. It's so trippy and bad. I'm like, it should have never been made. Yeah, this villain is actually a threat. It's just that I never found Christoph Waltz scary. You know, it's like even in the Green Hornet movie, the whole movie is them saying you're not scary. I'm like, yeah, he's not. He's just a German guy that talks like this with his teeth. Yeah, it's weird. That guy won 2 Oscars. He can act. It's just that he's not scary. Here, he's kind of creepy, but him as I'm not gonna say what he is in Glorious Bastards. Yeah, I don't find him scary. He's just scary because he's Joyman. You know, goose stepping and all that. Yeah, he's Joyman. But Amanda Seyfried is part German, but she doesn't talk like that. Like, I'm gonna talk like this with my teeth. Yeah, it's weird. It's a pretty movie. 45 minutes in, so we're about halfway through the film. It's a metaphor. That's very deep. I just wish that my dad would cut that tree. It looked absolutely cheap, yeah. The first one is a classic. Yeah, it is. Kumite, Kumite. I love that. That's good stuff. Teleboot this? You're not Canadian. Nim. That's like The Secret of Nim. That was also in a forest. But that one was more about, her trying to help her child. It wasn't a environmental movie. Plus, this movie was the same studio that did Fern Gully. I think Fern Gully was 20th Century Fox, yeah. There's leaf people also, like, flowers, like in Alice in Wonderland. There's Steven Tyler. Yeah. Yep. Aerosmith's. He's a caterpillar. I'll admit, like Hard Target 2 only standalone if they didn't call it that. Yeah. But I'm not a fan of Scott Adkins. I don't think he can act. Steven Tyler, he is a legend in music, man. Yeah, he's got to sing because he's a singer. 47 minutes we get a song. Can sing, man. He still can sing. You're gonna hire Steven Tyler? Yeah, let him sing because he can sing. He can't sing the national anthem, but he can sing. Yeah, the Undisputed sequels are fine, but I don't think he's much of an actor. He's a good martial artist, but at least Steven Tyler doesn't die here. His daughter is absolutely gorgeous. Marvel, you should have used her more. You bring Liv Tyler back after like 17 years, and you don't give her much screen time. I mean, that was a mistake. You should have given her screen time to one of the other guys, like the Spanish guy, because he's barely in the movie too. It's okay to give your girls some screen time. I mean, the Israeli chick got a lot of screen time compared to. Granted, she could have been cut too, but whatever. They're the comic relief characters, like the gargoyles and Hunchback of Notre Dame. Those are moths? Yeah, because they look like Mothra, so they're moths, not butterflies. It's not a musical. They only sing a little bit in the film. I recommend Avengement, which he actually gives a really good performance of more story-driven. Yeah, I know. Just even in Doctor Strange, I don't think he was that great in that. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch was great. And Rachel McAdams, and what else? And some other people. Yeah. Where do you think Liv Tyler got her gorgeous lips from? Her father. No. That's true. That is a great line. Yeah, that is a great line. We have to acknowledge the past so we can live in the present, with some guidance, and then look forward to the future, like I am. When my baby niece is born, I can't wait till she comes in April. I've been anticipating her arrival, just like my sister. Yeah, she kissed it. Yeah, I haven't seen Time Cop 2. I'll probably see that in the spring. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Yeah, the pods are gonna bloom soon in the park because it rained a lot in the winter, and the cold is gone. You know, there's no more frigid air like there was back in January and February. Hmm. Like I said, life does go on. It's a good movie. I think it's underrated. It didn't make $1 billion like Frozen, but it did its job. It made about 100 million domestically. Now it's hard for movies to make that. I mean, the Wolfman remake didn't even do that this year. She's old. She's older than him, Amanda, because she's my age. Josh is like my sister's age. He was fun in The Beekeeper last year. I'll defend Universal Soldier: The Return. Yeah, I will. That's the last time Van Damme did a movie before he got cracked out of his mind and looked. He was smiling. He was expressive. Look at that giant deer. Hmm. Hmm. It's like Bambi. It's not a reindeer. It's just a deer. Because a reindeer, their antlers are bigger. That is nice. This animation is really good. It really is. Disney's not the only ones that can do animation that inspires your mind and opens up the doors of your imagination. As Disney was going to do this, but then they had to back out because they're like, no, we're going to make Frozen, and that's going to be our $1 billion cash cow for the rest of our lives. Because there's a third one coming out and a fourth one that's got greenlit. Of course, my girl Elsa can sell, man. Once one sound of her voice and a whole room of people are just in awe. Oh, look, fireflies. The score is nice. I like the score too. Who directed this movie? It wasn't three directors like Moana 2. Uh, Chris Wedge, yeah, he did some of the Ice Age movies. Did you hear that they did Kill 'Em All too? Yeah, I didn't never even heard of that movie. Hmm. Common Ground. Wow, he died in 5 seconds. Oh, what is that? A mole? Yeah, yeah, that's an ugly looking mole with a big nose. That looks like that mole that was in uh was it Inkheart or City of Ember? I think there was a giant mole in that. Those were okay, not great, but they were fine. Oh, throw off. He talks weird, man. No, not the slug and the snail. Some people eat them. I'm like, no, that's disgusting. I don't eat escargot. It's disgusting. I don't eat things I can find in my back. Do I ever think about it? You're reviewing any Van Damme movies in the spring? I'm mostly sticking to movies starring women because it's Women's International Month, and it's not over yet. Not even on the 20th. It's not over till the 31st. Cynthia Rock, yeah, but I don't really. I'm not a big fan. I could watch her stuff. I'm just not a big fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. The moon. It's Kurt Russell's birthday today. It is. I didn't know. I have to post a picture of him late. Aziz Ansari's fun, man. He's one of the most fun characters in the movie. There's a lot of personality in that voice of his. He's 74. See, he's a threat. Just because he's small doesn't mean he's not a threat. Jason Sudeikis is barely in the movie because he was doing some other films. He was doing We're the Millers and the Horrible Bosses too. So he was unavailable to do the whole film. He's just the dad that's barely in the film. Whee! She can't fly. She just can jump really high. Excuse me. So much dirt in here. Pencils. We're an hour in, so we're almost done. We're 2/3 of the way through. Mm-hmm. Look at her hair. Just static. Snake Plissken will always be my favorite. Yeah, in both movies. You don't need to remake it. Don't you dare remake it. Escape from New York. It's a product of its time. You can never do it the same way with CGI. Look what happened with Escape from LA. They used CG and a lot of it looked laughable. But I can't blame John Carpenter for that. It was the 90s and they had to do, newer technology. I haven't done those movies. I'm going to probably do them in the spring. Just not right now. Because again, there's women in them. They're just not the main characters. They're side characters. Yeah, it was barely in the movie. Sudeikis is in the beginning and he just sporadically shows up in. Finding us. Sadie Sink, I don't know who she's going to be in Spider-Man 4, but I'm just happy that she's there. That she got the role that Sophie Turner was butchered because, again, bad writing. Because Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix were not good. No, Sadie Sink has not done a bad film yet. She's just the Whale. They didn't like her. Her performance was good. They just said she was not likable, but she at least proved with that she can act. Yeah, welcome to the human race. Such a great ending when Satan breaks the fourth wall. Those are the name of the boots in the Super Mario Brothers movie. The Stompers. Those boots that used to fly in like 2 scenes of the movie. Just they don't sexualize this girl, because you know how Josh was like, if they sexualize her, that means she's going to be assaulted. No, not necessarily. Because Elsa's beautiful, and every inch of her is just. And I know even as when a girl dresses up like that in real life. Gosh, people away. Barely. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The dog. Have you seen To Kill a Sunrise? No. Stargate, yes, and Soldier, I did. Yeah, because this was in 3D back in 2013. And then knocking things over. Whoa. Just like Ant-Man also, that he shrinks in the first one. Oh, boy. Yeah, no. No, not the coffee mug. Coffee! Yeah, the dog, don't worry. No animals were harmed in the making of this film. Executive decision could have been better. Yeah, it's too long. That's a Kurt Russell movie that's 2 hours and 10 minutes. It did not need to be that long. If you cut Seagal from that movie, it would have made the movie 20 minutes shorter. Honestly, because he dies in it. He never dies in a movie. He barely gets hurt in movies anymore. Yep, he fainted. The sight of his child being little. Either give Seagal a bigger role in that movie or just cut him out. Because killing him off is just, it was a dumb decision. And like I said, the film is too long. Even Escape from New York is not 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's a nice show. You notice how some of the overseas posters they have both Kurt Russell and Seagal on the poster? Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm. Even though Seagal is barely in it, yeah, he should have been cut. You could just cut the actors. Don't lie to me. At least in this movie, the lead girl is the main character of the story, so she's not. She's not in the movie for 5 minutes. False advertising, guys. Don't do that. The Cruise is definitely a funnier movie, but this is good. For a kids movie, this could have been a lot worse, guys. This could have had bad, like, puns and pop culture references. You don't need that in every movie, or stupid fart jokes. You don't need that here. It's not funny. It really went downhill. Yeah, I know. What happened to him? He got lazy. He got fat, lazy, and weird, and overly political. I run. Well, mm. Yeah, he's fun. He's not the genie from Aladdin, but at least he's better than Will Smith as the genie. You have a plan? We don't have shells. This is better than Turbo. It was another movie with a snail, with Ryan Reynolds voicing him. 90s are classics. He was also doing his own fight scenes. It was better in shape. He never realized on a fight double until the director video. Yeah, and he has to have his voice dubbed in half the movies. Why? You can't even dub your own voice? I'm not like that. Your voice you hear in this video is me. It's not some ADR. A surprise. Don't get me started on this dubbing. Yeah, you don't have to dub your own voice. If you're not gonna use your own voice, don't talk. Does Van Damme or Nicolas Cage do that? No. Again, that sounds dirty. Raw. This has the same, save the forest message that Fern Gully does, but it's not shoved in your face. Or Avatar. Oh. Trust me, you've done worse performances, Christoph Waltz. Was that a yawn? What was that? It was like, oh, like 73 minutes in. I don't like when if you could dub somebody's voiceover, do it in a way that's not freaking noticeable. Because even in Madam Web, oh my god, that dubbing was so bad. They will destroy me. Yeah, they pummeled him to death. I think. I forgot. I haven't seen this movie in a while. The last movie I did with Josh Hutcherson was the second Journey movie, and then after that, I got my tooth taken out. So his bird is just waiting there. Seagal refused to ADR his voice because he was difficult to work with. Yeah, I've heard. And when he was on Saturday Night Live, when in the '90s, when he was young, he didn't care. He's like, I don't want to be funny. I just want to talk like this. Again, Arnold would have tried harder. It's almost done. He got pummeled. Danny Elfman did the score. No wonder it sounds so epic. I love Danny Elfman's scores. A lot of his scores just stuck. They stuck with me. His theatrical movies was a golden age. Yeah, he was way more effort and actually cared. If it wasn't for his ego, his career would have lasted longer. Yeah, and he wouldn't have gotten fat. Run on a treadmill, dude, or take a walk. I do it all the time. There's the pose. Handshake. Yeah, again, kids movie. It's nice to see a flower bloom. Danny Elfman was at Comic-Con last year, man. I missed him. Nope, the movie's can't end yet. We got to get the final battle. the flower won't bloom without light. This is still better than that movie that came out on Netflix last week, The Electric State. $300 million for a cartoon CGI fest with robots. And it's not a Transformers movie. Yeah, shame on you, Netflix, for wasting all that money that could have went to people that lost their homes in California. No, your girl is Liv Tyler. She's the main character, guys, not you. This is Women's Month. That's why I put this movie. Because Ferngully, yeah, Krista's the main character, but Zach is the main human character. Yeah, but Bruce Willis, he had to retire. He's sick. Again, because he was a jerk to people when he was young. That's why you got to be respectful to people when you can still have the ability to act, like I do. Yeah, Sudeikis was out for a while. I don't want to get dementia. I don't want to lose my voice like Val Kilmer did. I want to be able to talk until even when I'm old. We all did during the pandemic. We all talk to our dogs if we're dog owners. Why did why did you unplug the camera? Don the Dragon Wilson, I think he's an underrated martial artist. I never met him, but I want to meet him one day. It's just most of these martial artists go to Dragon Fest, and that's not here in New York City. It's in California usually, or Texas. If only they had it here in the state in New York in the East Coast. It's a fun movie. Yeah, they're like shark Navi people. Here I come. Oh, Philip Rhea is the most underrated Asian star of all time. He should have done more than just the four best of the best movies. It's Batman. So best of the best 3 and 4. I saw one. The first two are great. They're really good. Just the first one has such an emotional punch at the end. I'm like, I didn't expect this in a martial arts movie. I mean, that would be like at the end of the Karate Kid, the original, that Mr. Miyagi and Daniel cry. It would just hit me like real hard because it's a really emotional hug at the end. It's not just a fight; it's a personal journey. The delivery room. Also, Ronan didn't die. He did get beat up though. He lost count. And the action in the movie's pretty good when it's there. It's the movie's never boring. Like it goes by at a fast pace. Yeah, I agree. This animation is beautiful. Yes, an iPod. Yeah, that's product placement, but it's in the end of the movie. Bats. Jess Pinkman's also underrated. I like him. Yeah. The bat signal. Yeah, this iPod is an Apple product, so but it's a product placement that actually does something in the plot. It's not just there to shove it in your face like my phone. I hate when it. Yeah, I don't play with bats. I don't care what kind of bats they are. Those are the things that cause COVID. Yeah, you people. Yep, reinforcements. There wasn't as much action in Ferngully. It was mostly trying to stop Hexus's machine from cutting the forest. Here they have to fight literally with their hands and their swords and sticks. Oh no, Venom got me. Yes, kind of the same thing that happens to Hexus at the end of Ferngully. He gets trapped in a tree again. That's it. Yeah, the movie's almost over. Josh didn't join, but that's okay. I'm not talking to him today. I need a break. We all do. You know, it's been a long winter, and he doesn't know what I went through when I got that tooth taken out. It was a lot of pain. I was stuck at home for days, bleeding from the mouth. At least that's not going to happen on Saturday when I go to the dentist again. They're not pulling anything out. They're just going to clean my teeth. My teeth need some cleaning. I'm not scared. Not this time. There's not going to be a bunch of gay guys doing this to my face. Squeezing my cheeks and pulling my gums like this. This would have impacted me emotionally if Beyonce was in the movie a lot, but she wasn't. She's the new flower queen. I know, I know Colin Farrell. We know how many times. Sonny Chiba, I miss him. Sho Kazuki and Tony Jaa, they got some moves. If Quentin Tarantino got involved in this production, this would have been had the same running time as Django Unchained. Exactly. You don't need 3 hours to tell a good story. Yep, there it is, a kiss. Thoughts on Enter the Dragon, Enter the Ninja, Pray for Death, Rage of It? Some of them I haven't seen, Salvatore. You list a lot of movies I haven't seen because, again, I've been sticking to a theme this month. And the winter, I wanted to see winter movies or holiday films like in December and early January. It's a cute story. And it's simple. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. There's not 30 minutes of exposition in the beginning. The Protector with, yeah, I have The Protector. I'm going to do that sometime when I get to Asian month in May. I got the theatrical cut of it, not the extended cut from Thailand. video chat. It's like Jackie Chan of Thailand. It's a good movie. I like the film. That was fun. 94 minutes. See, short and sweet. You don't have to go over an hour and a half. And there's the Beyonce song at the end, but you're not going to hear much of it because I don't want a copyright infringement. Love you, Beyonce, but I could hear this song later on YouTube. So that was epic. I love watching it again. It was a lot of fun. Glad you guys enjoyed it. The few of you that were in the chat. Thanks for watching. Acknowledge me, and tomorrow I'll be doing Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, a direct-to-video film that they did a few years ago. I hadn't seen it in a while, so thanks for watching. See you in the next one.